Grand Rising, beautiful family. It's Retta's Recovery Reminders, and Ratchi is right here with me. It is May 16th, and it's a really good reading today. I am receptive to the idea whenever I see a hole, I am to move around it. Somebody left you, and now there is a gaping hole in the middle of your soul. The question is, how are you going to fill that hole? Are you going to fill it with the painful memories of how you got hurt or got left? Or are you going to fill it with memories of the many moments of joy and laughter you had together? Are you going to fill the hole with anger, resentment, fear, or shame directed toward the one who left? Or are you going to fill the hole with appreciation that you do have an opportunity to choose how you are going to fill the hole? Are you going to fill the hole with the countless reasons why it should not have happened to you? Or are you going to fill it with the courage it will take to accept that it did happen to you in this way? Are you going to fill the hole with at least 1 ounce of confidence that you can handle this, whatever it takes? Or are you going to fill the hole with the self-defeating belief that you can't or will not make it through or over this hole? You are going to empty all of your self-value, self-worth, and self-esteem into the hole until it becomes a pit of self-pity, self-doubt, and self-inflicted nonsense that keeps you in the hole of despair. Or are you going to throw yourself into a hole and dare life to try to move you? You can cover the hole with love and prayer and acceptance of your ability to step over or walk around the hole. You can also step back, take a little break, and wait to see the self that emerges from the hole. The choice is yours. Until today, you may have believed that you had to stay in the painful hole of hurt caused by the loss of a loved one. Just for today, make a conscious effort and choice to cover the hole and move on. Today, I'm devoted to covering the holes and filling in all the gaps of my life. What a great reading for today. So true. You know, I had a little bit of resentment for a while when I really realized how much abuse that I had really put up with over the years to try to convince this other person that I really did love them and that I was worthy of their love. But they weren't giving me love. They were giving me crumbs. And you know, I realized that it was because my father was so emotionally unavailable and not really emotionally there. I mean, he still, cut me out of his life because maybe I'm just like him. Because I was an addict. And it's funny because I think I got that addictive gene from that side of the family, because most of everybody on that side, and I am responsible for my own choices that I make, though. And when I really got that, that's when I got out of the addictive behavior and thinking and, genetic. It's called epigenetics. We live above our genes. We do not allow what is in our genetic makeup to take us to somewhere we don't want to live. And I don't want to live in addiction or, lower vibrational patterns of life. thinking that I am not good enough, that I have to prove something to someone to get them to love me. I'm done with that. If you don't see the effort that I have put into every single thing that I have done my whole life, even when I didn't succeed, I still really frickin' tried. But now I know that people use that against you, especially when you have a big heart and you love people for, who they are, and you try to be understanding. People who, feed off of hurting other people will hook onto that in a heartbeat. And it's kind of like vampirism, really. And it's a really dark thing. And now I really 100% believe it has a spiritual aspect to it. But at that time, I wouldn't admit it. And now I see that it was because I was in resonance with this energy that I had all these, lower vibrational thoughts. Because our thoughts aren't always ours. We pick up waves from outwardly. And it's up to us. We decide, what we do with that thought. Especially if it's low vibrational, nasty, or negative. I know that's not my thought. Out, done. Clearing it out. When you choose your thoughts to stay in a high vibrational state, you will really get to understand what is yours and what isn't. And it was only by getting a lot of alone time that I was able to figure that out. I take on and feel a lot of stuff that doesn't belong to me. And I used to allow the anger and low vibration to hook me, and I don't today. And I'm so grateful, because it's so exhausting. It feels so icky inside too. And now I realize that every icky feeling that we have, it's to point out something in us that we need to pay attention to and revisit, to maybe fix. We're not having a helpful thought pattern in our life. So we need to address that and take the time to really look at it, because it's only when we, are in alignment, our heart with our head. We have to get back into heart consciousness, though. Anger and animosity is not going to solve any of the problems in this world. I saw this video. It's so funny that men have got away with calling women the more emotional of the species, because somehow they have convinced us that anger isn't an emotion. Like, oh my God, mind blown. Because it's true. They are really the more emotional of the species when you take in anger. But I think that they really just don't know what to do with these very intense emotions. It's up to us to find the place to put them, to find tools for ourselves in order to deal with these big feelings. Have a plan when these things do come up, how we're going to bring ourselves back down. Breathing, tapping. I mean, there's plenty of things. And when you learn to regulate your own emotions, really, it's the most important thing we can teach our children. I really wish that I was with my kids, because I would teach them, regulate your own emotions and never blame anyone else for your feelings. They're yours. They belong to you. They're inside of you. You are responsible for them, just like your actions. I don't care what anybody else does to you. You are responsible for how you react to that. And once I really got those kind of, my life changed, you know. I became responsible for my life. You know, every action that we take, every thought that we have brings energy into our life. It creates energy with our thoughts. Make sure you are creating the energy that you want in your life. I love you all. I hope everybody has a really, really blessed day. Be a blessing. Peace. I love you.